Okay, so we've come to the end of the course. We've studied some of the world's major religions, and there's one thing left for us to do, and that is I would like to see you do your own independent research and put together some loose ends. And the way I want you to do that, to think about this, is you're going to write a final project. The first thing I want to say, if this goes too fast or if you have any questions, really all I'm doing here is reviewing the written rubrics that are also in this Module 6. But in brief, what you're going to do is write a 1,500 word minimum paper for me, and that's exclusive of the title and bibliography and stuff. And I want you to take a social issue and then just compare how two different religions would view that social issue and why. I'm not necessarily asking you for your opinion on the social issue. I just want to see that if you can articulate two opposing religious views fairly and equitably. So what is a social issue? It's not a theological or legal one. Let me get to that in a second. But a social issue would be something on the public square that people would have different views on. Maybe you could look at why some religious groups are pro-life and others who are also religious are pro-choice. Maybe you want to compare death customs. The Orthodox Church, for example, prohibits cremation, but as we learned, if you're a Hindu, you must be cremated. Why would two religious groups have such opposing differences on the topic of cremation? You see, that's a social issue with two different religious perspectives. Jehovah's Witnesses ban blood transfusions. I know other religions that would say blood transfusions are fine. Why the difference? Okay. So what would be not appropriate for a topic? Anything theological, like the Trinity. Why would this church say there's a Trinity, but this church say there's not a Trinity? You know, that's a theological topic, and we're not going to get into that just because it wouldn't be fair. There's no way you could unpack that in 1,500 words. So no theology stuff, no arguing purgatory or not, nothing like that. It has to be a social issue. And then secondly, not legal stuff. So I don't know. Should the Michigan speed limit be raised to 75 miles an hour on the highway? I mean, come on. No religious, that's not going to be a religious issue, you see. Uh, Nothing like that. You know what I'm saying. Okay. And then the mechanics of it is I get a lot of questions about style. My answer is you can use whatever style that presents your writing the best. Chicago, MLA, I don't care. But whatever style you choose, then you have to be consistent the whole way. Okay. No intermixing and stuff like that. Make sure you have a really clear thesis. A thesis says to the reader, this is why you're reading the paper and this is how I'm going to present my material. And then the rest of the paper, make sure you follow that thesis with an outline. After you have your thesis and outline, then you can do a draft. Always give your professor your best work first. So after your first draft, take it to a friend, take it to the writing center, shelve it for a day, come back to it, be very critical, very exacting. No typos. Does it fit the rubrics? Does it do what Engel wants? Is it logical? Is there cohesion? Did I represent both sides fairly and thoroughly and accurately? And then all of that is due by Monday, I believe it is, the 17th, which would mean actually it's due on the 16th by midnight. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I know it can sound like a lot of work, but I think once you dive into it, it will be fascinating how one issue can be approached by opposite ways. And why would that be? Okay, so I hope you have a lot of fun. Any questions, of course, I'm here to help. Have fun, and we'll see you at the final exam.